year. They start blurring together at a certain age, and when you start trying to look back. I'm going to say about 1992, 1993, I became what's called the account executive in the organization for Gatorade for the convenience stores in eastern Pennsylvania. So all the information on Gatorade for convenience stores flowed through me. If you've ever been to a convenience store in the morning or at lunchtime and seen construction people, they buy a lot of the stuff all day long. In the United States, I can't think of a convenience store chain that did more Gatorade business than Wawa, so we were very important in the eastern United States. They were doing somewhere in the range of 500 cases per store per year, which is twice, 2.5 times what the average convenience store was, which was 200 cases. Into that, Gatorade had a problem back in the 90s because it seems strange to us now in 2006, but glass was the predominant packaging for hot-filled beverages. And let me explain that a minute. Your Coke and Pepsi are filled at room temperature or even cold. They have preservatives in them. Your juices, Gatorade, the teas, anything where it's got a cap that snaps or really well sealed is filled hot. You can't just take boiling hot Gatorade and dump it into your Coca-Cola bottle will melt. Okay, so at that time, the plastic was too expensive, so they were still selling Gatorade. This was one of the great flavors I actually bought this when they were going out of style of the 16-ounce glass bottle. So the solution, at least temporary, was to steal the package from the brewing industry and put Gatorade into a 24-ounce size can, but because it was boiling hot, you could only put 23.5 ounces in it. So they bought this can, they packaged it, and the guy from marketing, it's almost quaint, his whole approach to things. He thought it was great because they had this great name, the Slammer. And in fact, at the sales meeting for the Slammer, I almost got sick from having to try to chug one of these things versus the guy from the Baltimore market. 2 flavors, lemon lime and orange. Now, I've had students really quickly pick up on the problem with this package. Okay? It got over the fact that glass is heavy and you can't take glass to the beach and there's places you don't want to take it to. But this has an advantage in that you can close this back up, and this you couldn't close back up. Okay? Retail on this was about $1.19 at the time. The 16-ounce was about 79 cents. So this was probably per ounce a little bit more expensive. They could get it down to 99 cents, but they didn't want to spend the money to that. They wanted to make a nice, healthy margin on it. I'll tell you this, my big customers did not take this product. They weren't interested. They saw the flaws, and this was one of those test market failures. And it's really easy to see why. They're trying to do it on the cheap. They didn't do their research. They thought that they had a gimmick, and it didn't work. Now, look around, and you've seen this package very successfully marketed with Arizona Tea. They did a great job with this. They got the retail right at 99 cents. And I'd have to look, but I think it's probably a cold-filled product, which would save them some money with this kind of product.
So